Frantz Fanon's entire life was a lesson in postcolonial studies. He was born in 1925 in Martinique, a small island in the Caribbean. At the time of his birth, Martinique was a French colony on the brink of political revolution. Colonialism was a time of unprecedented economic growth created by Western territory expansion and built by a brutally dehumanized slave labor class. During this expansion, there was a clear racial delineation between the haves and the have-nots, the owners and the owned, the black and the white. Fanon studied psychology and medicine in France, hoping to help the mentally ill. While in school, he wrote Black Skin, White Mask, a piece he intended to be his dissertation, but it was deemed too controversial. In this work, he tries to express his desire for racial equality and to be seen as a person and not a skin color. He felt that black people were expected to act white in order to be accepted into mainstream society, which perpetuates the idea that white culture is superior and there is still a sense of white authority even after decolonization. In Black Skin, White Mask, Fanon states, the colonized is elevated above his jungle status in proportion to his adoption of the mother country's cultural standards. He reminds us of the struggle to find identity and value when one's cultural heritage has been degraded and devalued for generations. After graduation, Fanon worked in Algeria as a psychiatrist for the French military. During his sessions, patients would tell him stories of brutal violence against the Algerian military and civilians. Fanon was disgusted by the inhumane treatment of the Algerians while being inspired by their ruthless revolutionary spirit. He felt the Algerian people were seeking true national and cultural liberation from the West. Fanon no longer felt allegiance to France, but adopted Algeria as his new homeland. One of Fanon's most important contributions was The Wretched of the Earth. This book was an indictment of the violence and savagery of colonialism, which he ends with a passionate call for a new history of humanity to be initiated by a decolonized Third World. Fanon recognized the psychological effects of colonization on a population and wanted to liberate them from this way of thinking. According to the Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy, they describe Fanon's view of decolonization as this assertion that all of us are entitled to moral consideration and that no one is dispensable. This continues to inspire scholars and activists dedicated to human rights and social justice. The theory evolved into postcolonial theory, which analyzes the lasting social, political, cultural, economic, and psychological effects of colonialism and imperialism. Modern postcolonial theory would not be what it is today without the groundbreaking work of Frantz Fanon.